the 60s?
Yeah, obviously I remember the 60s. I lived it.
Well, you were like 12.
In the 60s? I don't think so.
Okay, how old were you?
Well, I joined the Army in 65.
So how old were you when you joined the Army?
18.
Okay. Why did you join the Army?
Get away from my hometown.
Oh, where did you live?
Orono, Maine.
What were your hobbies?
Cars.
Cars? What did you do with the cars?
Drove them.
You were 13. Now you're supposed to drive cars.
I bought my first car when I was 14.
A toy one?
No, a real one.
How'd you afford it? At 14.
I worked on a dairy farm.
Milking cows?
Yes.
Did you meet your wife?
That's a day that will live in infamy. Did you say how I meet her?
When?
It was 67. 1960.
Hey, I'm trying to do an interview.
1968. She worked at a pizza place.
How did you guys get together?
I asked her out.
Yeah, but I thought there was another guy in the picture.
There was some stupid ass lieutenant.
And when did you guys get married?
That's another date. January 31st, 1969.
What was the happiest moment in your life?
Surviving Vietnam.
Is there anything you miss about the 60s?
Anything I miss about the 60s?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was.
Terrible.
Huh?
The 60s wasn't terrible as far as
I
money
didn't say it.
wise.
It wasn't. I had a hard time making money.
Everybody, no matter what year it is.
Oh, okay. Well. What was that?
What did you miss about the 60s?
Being young.
How old are you now?
70.
Describe life in the 60s.
Life in the 60s. It was tough.
Fine. What?
I believe she's interviewing me, and if I thought it was tough, it was tough. I was out there having to make it work. Being a productive member of society.
I'm being productive.
You're a teenager then. That's
I was still being a productive member. I wasn't getting in trouble.
holy mercy.
You didn't get trouble at all?
Who's she interviewing, me or you?
You're gonna have to start.
Did you have any girlfriends before you met Grandma?
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Like that was so obvious.
Well, did you have boyfriends before you met dipshit?
Yeah.
This is on a school
I
thing.
don't care. She knows how to edit. So
You
your
get so
grandfather's
hostile
concerned about her
Oh my
granddaughter.
God.
Is that a problem?
Now this is gonna turn into a life lesson.
Yes. Nothing wrong with life lessons.
Okay, you got any life lessons for the kids that are gonna watch this?
Yes.
Okay.
Pay attention. Learn. Live. Don't get into trouble. Listen to your elders. They know. They've been there. They've done things. That's a big life lesson. Get your education. Get your education.
Okay.
Life is tough.
Okay.
Stay off the phone.
You're on your phone on Facebook all the time.
I'm looking for stuff to buy.
Okay, that's being on your phone.
I'm not gabbing. Unfortunately, today's kids, they haven't got a clue what's coming to them, what they're going to get into. Last words?
Yeah.
This ain't much about the 60s.
Well, I survived Vietnam twice. That's my last
Twice?
words. Twice, yes.
How'd you go there twice?
They sent me.
Okay.
Well, actually, I volunteered to go the second time, but I wasn't in the Navy in the 60s. I was in the Army until 1976.
Okay, what was your experiences in the Army like?
what was my experiences like?
Mhm.
Pretty rough. I went to basic training at Fort Dix, New Jersey. Advanced infantry training at Fort Gordon, Georgia. Jump school at Fort Benning. Became a paratrooper. And then on to Vietnam 20 days later to the 25th Infantry Division. And before I turned age 19, I was in battle. Trying to survive and get back home. When I joined the Army, I was making $80 a month. Big money. But as you
Yeah,
move
but
forward to
everything is like
1978, when I joined the Navy, I was only making $550 a month. In 1978.
Mhm.
It was a struggle. I did a lot of things in the 60s.
Anything that really sticks out?
Well, let's see, I had my daughter in 1969. Another day that will live in infamy. A new truck in 1969.
Grandma drove a truck.
Yeah, and then I bought her a 1965 O's 88 convertible, which she liked to run out of gas right in the driveway. Something happened to the car. It just died on me. Well, you gotta put gas in it.
Well, I know.
Hello.
Okay, what was your
I'm
life?
talking about like the before he met you in the
I don't know
60s.
how
We're also doing the 60s before he met you. Like, what did he?
I met your grandmother in the 60s.
We already went over this. Did you forget already?
No. She's looking at me again. I better mention it.
Okay.
I did ask her to take her home that night. She said yes. And then when that dipshit walked in, she went home with him.
But look at us now. We've been married 49 years. Going on 49 years. That's what you say.
Is that what I say? Look at us now. We've been married 49 years.